Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, folks. An honor for me to deliver some words in this occasion. All right. I'm Falini Gita Rosabella Shifa from Class E with students number 232122067. I'm a student of Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Universitas Siliwangi. Through this video, I reveal my experience that part of journey in learn critical discourse analysis with our great lecturer, Dr. Anda Agis Andriani MPD. The first one, let's talk about CDA approach overview. Alright, in critical discourse analysis, as the name itself, we thought how to analyze text critically. It's familiar with CDA approach used that are first, Van Dijk's approach, how ideology and perception shape through the text. Second, Norman Fairclough's approach, focus on language as a form of response power. The third one is Ruth Wodak. It is known as discourse historical approach or DHA, that is language use is in construct power and ideology specified by historical and social context. And the last one is Theo van Liemen's approach. It is revealed how social actors represented in text, both exclusion or inclusion, and analyze how the strategy shape meaning and power dynamics. Next, my learning experience supported by instructor strategies to build a compact comprehension about CDA, such as groups discussion and analyze the text. It is the effective one learning strategies to enhance students' comprehension as long as the process followed and interpreted well. My understanding also supported by detailed explanation from the instructor about each part of CDA approach and those function, how each approach how each approach used in a discourse. I cannot fully dive into the topic at first, but it is helped by instructors' directions, so both activities are connected. My understanding was enhanced when I reread what we had analyzed in the previous discussion group. My personal reflections are from several meetings, I realized that ethics or daily human communication is supported by the science that studies it, the theory and science. Text is the result of human hands, the thoughts of humans. So the discourse can be useful for recognizing someone in certain situations that we encounter in everyday life. Since understanding this CDA, the obstacles I experienced was when I assess someone critically, but always struggle with behavioral analysis that was inversely proportional to the discourse that I tried to understand before. So sometimes kinship communication cannot always be analyzed critically, but requires other consideration. From then on, criticizing someone or some things needs to be balanced with a high sense of trust and understanding. Then, for the implications for teaching, I recommend that there is always a recap of the gaps in the difference between CDA approaches and the differences in their application to each other. The instructors have been very good at guiding and directing students to their own understanding of CDA. Because of that greatness, it feels like a different expression is needed to invite students to express their opinions on the grounds that their opinions are valuable and valuable to be heard anytime and by anyone. The criticism that I understand is not just a form of giving a view of something, but criticism here also means understanding that we are meaningful. We are someone who have the right to be involved in the world of education and have the right to get something that is worth it. So from it all, can we conclude that CDA is not only an approach to a text, but also guides us to the ethics and norms that apply in society. Critical analysis can also be delivered by people who know and appreciate who they are. So before we start applying CDA in critical analysis of a text, it is important to recognize your perspective as a real human being. That's all my reflection. Thank you so much for your kind attention. I apologize for any mistakes. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.